This GTB shelving system is designed to improve the experience of casting with a pressure pot by providing an essential flat surface for the rounded bottom of the pot. It also provides a removable top shelf to give you twice as much room for molds, and a 2mm silicone mat that helps make resin cleanup an absolute breeze. Take note that this shelf ships unassembled and is only compatible with specific pressure pots. Please be sure to confirm compatibility with your pot before ordering a shelf. Next up, assembly instructions. Each shelf kit comes with an acrylic base disc with side cutouts, a top shelf disc with a center hole, a 2mm silicone mat, and a bag of small parts. Additionally, you'll need to provide your own X-Acto knife and a small paintbrush as additional tools. Before we start, please note that it is possible to assemble this product incorrectly and render it inoperable. Please watch this section in its entirety before coming back to attempt these steps yourself. GTB is not liable for incorrect assembly. To assemble the base, open the bag of parts and separate the bottle of acrylic cement, the 7 legs, and the 6 supports. Put the remaining parts aside for now and get the acrylic base disc with the side cutouts. Using your X-Acto knife, peel off the protective paper from both sides of all these parts. You can use this time to think about how great it will be to have a nice shelf in your pressure pot. Once that's done, find your paintbrush and the acrylic cement. Slot 6 legs into the base disc and set it down on the table. The 7th leg is just a backup in case you break one along the way. Add a support to the back of each leg, then put a medium weight on the center of the disc to help everything sit flat. Before you start gluing, it is very important to check that each leg is fully inserted into the disc. If a leg is glued while sticking out, the assembled shelf may not fit in the pressure pot, and it could be very difficult or impossible to repair. Press the support into the leg to make sure they are fully making contact. Then use your paintbrush to paint a liberal amount of acrylic cement around all the contact points. Continue applying light pressure to the support for a few seconds until the cement sets. Then triple check that the leg is fully inserted and is standing perpendicular to the base. Take your time with each leg and make sure it's done right. Do the same for the remaining legs, allowing a few minutes for each to dry before continuing on to the next. That's it for gluing. Now let's assemble the top shelf. Retrieve the remaining components and choose which of the 3 handle shapes you'd like to use. Remove the protective paper just like you did for the base. Then lay down the silicone mat and unscrew the metal standoff. Using the provided Allen key, insert the socket screw into the standoff base and bolt it onto the center of the acrylic disc. Next, slide your chosen handle onto the standoff screw and screw it into the standoff base. Test out your sexy new handle by flipping over the shelf and applying the 4 bumper feet in the suggested squares. Ta-da! The assembled base should slide easily into your pressure pot, and the shelf will drop in right on top. As a final step, you can spray a little mold release on the silicone mat. And then the only thing left to do is test it out with some casting.